Pete here with the smallbusinessresourcecenter.com. Looks like we have some great news. The SBA EIDL $10,000 grant and EIDL loan more than likely is going to get a major overhaul. Or what I should say is more than likely it's going to be the program that was signed into law. So if you're well aware of these programs, basically what was passed at the law, what a lot of people read and were expected, by the time the SBA created it and made it available, it was changed several times. And this is basically what happened. Jovita Carranza, who serves as the administrator to the Small Business Administration, she started in January 2020. So keep in mind, I'm not saying anything negative against her, but she kind of got thrown into the fire because it was right after that when all these problems happened, and of course with the coronavirus and all these programs. And Steve Mnuchin, he is the Secretary of the Treasury. Both of them testified in Congress yesterday, June 10th, 2020. And here are the cliff notes. And I'll give you my opinion and a couple things that actually are new and things that I've discovered. Basically, it says, why is the EIDL only available for agriculture right now? Because this is not part of the law. You got to keep in mind that they seem like they've been changing a lot of things. I'm going to go over those, but nowhere in the law does it say the EIDL is only for agriculture. They changed it. Based on the testimony, we're speculating that the EIDL, again, is going to be available to everybody, all businesses, I should say, that qualify probably next week. Testimony came and they said that they were so overwhelmed, they couldn't deal with it, that they basically made certain changes like that and reduced the number of people who could apply. Of course, senators were upset and said, well, you know, we made this available for people, not for you to just keep changing the regulations so people can't get the help they need. Also, there were questions about how the EIDL was being calculated. Apparently, the EIDL has only been paying 3 months of expenses, not 6. So it's speculated that they should allow people who only got a small amount of money that need more, that you'll be able to reconsider your loan or maybe even reapply to get the other 3 months of expenses if you need it and if it will help you. Keep in mind, if you don't need it, no problem. But for some businesses, the amount of money they got is really small. I'm going to be making a video because I'm actually going through the process of fixing problems with the EIDL, and it seems like I'm going to be successful because they told me everything's looking in my favor, but I'm not approved yet. So you should subscribe if you have problems, because my problems were pretty severe. I helped a lot of people apply. A lot of people told me they got approved, and a couple did not. And well, this video is going to explain things that they're fixing, but other things that I had to fix to get treated fairly, I'm making a video of. It's not a one-day process. So definitely subscribe, smash a like button if you need the EIDL, PPP, know anybody who does, and share this video with your friend. And also, I just want to let you know you can ask for a reconsideration with your SBA loan. So when you're looking at this information, like I mentioned, I'm going to be making a video of how I did it and things I had to go through. But a lot of these things should be automatically updated. I'm hoping so. The things that are not automatically updated, I know will be in my video because I'm actually almost successful. They verbally told me I was anyways. The EIDL grant is supposed to be given in 72 hours after your application. I don't believe anybody got that. Maybe they did. You know, maybe the first few people who applied got it. But there were so many posts and everybody said they didn't get it. Most people took weeks, and some people were even claiming that their EIDL was approved, the loan portion, but they never ever got a grant. So this was addressed, and of course the SBA said they were overwhelmed and they couldn't handle everything, and you know, this was such a big change. So that's why that didn't happen. So I'm speculating in the future, they're going to have the first part of the process completely automated, because that would be the only way they would be able to do most of this in 72 hours. They did state that they had to get an outside mortgage company to help process EIDL loans, which they paid this company $500,000. So you want to keep that in mind. That has been helping speed up the process. Okay, Senator Ben Cardin, he stated the SBA had no right to change the EIDL and make their own rules. They did not conform with the law. He stated there was 1,000 per employee and not the 10,000 that was expected that the senators and House of Representatives signed. So, of course, Carranza and Mnuchin, they were testifying that they knew if they give everybody the money, they would probably run out of funds. And I did make another video to explain this. When the laws were originally made, I think they weren't speculating that many states like Pennsylvania would completely quarantine and shut businesses down, because if you did that, the number of applicants probably became 10 times, maybe 100 times more than that was originally speculated. So keep in mind, social distancing allows people to operate, and they give fair ways and safety guidance on operation. Quarantine shuts down everything. So the number of applicants probably went through the roof, and that's why they were extremely overwhelmed. But of course, Ben Cardin said you guys had no right to make those changes. So I'm speculating that they're going to allow people to get those remaining funds if they didn't get the full 10,000, or they'll allow people to get a reconsideration. They also testified that there were $350 billion made available. Only 25% of that has been used, and that makes $270 billion available for small businesses and independent contractors. So that's good. There's probably going to be more stimulus coming, but this is what's available right now. And if you saw my other video, it's probably going to be closer to July or in July, which of course is only a couple weeks away. And basically, they also stated that the SBA had no right to lower the loan limits. They lowered it to 150,000, even though some people said they did get 250, 350, 300, 500,000. It's supposed to be 2 million. So based on that information, and going back to what I've said, they were talking about the law and the SBA and the Treasury making their own regulations. I'm guessing that they're going to be changing it back to 2 million. I understand most people won't even get close to needing that amount or need that amount, but there are probably quite a few businesses that could use that amount and would help them get started. Okay, Jovita Carranza basically said that the SBA was completely overwhelmed and basically can't handle what's going on. Like I said before, I'm not picking on her. This is such a new thing. And of course, the way the laws were, the way the states reacted, created this whole situation. The way the media acted too created this situation. So Cory Booker, he is in New Jersey. If you don't know who Senator Cory Booker is, he stated there should be no penalty for people with a criminal record. And if you're aware of Cory Booker, he's a big proponent of people getting a second chance, because a lot of times it's not just minorities, but often it is minorities. You come out of jail, you're trying to better your life, and now you can't get a job. People see you have a criminal record, and it makes it very difficult to get out of poverty with a lot of times having a criminal record. So they're looking at that and saying, well, now look, people have a self-employment, they're working, now they need help, and you're turning them down for assistance because of a past criminal record that has absolutely nothing to do with their current situation. So based on that information, I believe that the SBA is going to open back up and reduce that. So I'm not going to say it would be eliminated. I would say, many minor offenses and stuff probably be forgiven. If you just got it in trouble for fraud and it has something to do with your business, you're probably not going to get approved. But if you got in trouble for something that has nothing to do with your business and is a past offense, I would have to think that you will get approved. So I believe they're in process of fixing a lot of these things now, just to let you know. and I'll explain in a little while why. It says the Senate and the Congress agree that the SBA 10,000 EIDL was not handled properly and was not given out. So basically, this is getting overhauled. I was thinking to call it a 2.0, but really it's a 1 because they created their own version of the EIDL, which did not exactly conform to the law, despite the fact that they've been sued and in court it never went to court. But also some of the attorneys I saw online had stated the reason why it didn't go to court is because you have to go through a proper procedure to sue the government, and the attorneys that presented their cases did not go through that proper procedure. So if you don't go through a proper procedure, you're not going to be able to go to court. So okay, and if you understand why this is being done, the PPP loan can help a lot of people, and actually it probably did help a lot of people, but there are a lot of people who make over that income threshold that are small business owners. They can even be single, 2 or 3 people, and basically they did not qualify for PPP type fundings. The EIDL could have helped these people out, but the way that they created the EIDL and the way that they created their system of approval made a lot of people who should have got approved or get the amounts they want and turn them down. So when you're looking at that, that's basically right there. One thing I wanted to share is I helped a bunch of people who aren't tech savvy and don't use online systems at all try to get approved. Some of these people actually got approved, others got turned down. And the one thing I wanted to share is yesterday was when the testimony was, I got an email for the ones that got turned down, and it said, if you want to reconsider your SBA EIDL, they actually just automatically emailed that and said, please, sign back online and apply for a reconciliation. So my guess, I'm not saying all of this stuff has changed, but some of them have already changed, that they're going to be conforming more to the regulation and approving more people. So if you were turned down, apply. Look for a reconsideration email. Maybe it's in your spam. If you think you couldn't apply, apply. And if you got approved and you didn't like the approval, or it wasn't really helping you, or you had issues, subscribe to my channel. You may want to subscribe anyways, and smash the like button. Definitely share this with a friend, because I had to negotiate, let's just say, I'm not going to go over my income level, but it would be considered, a lot of people consider it really high, and they approved me for such a low amount that when I called them, I was like, this is ridiculous to get approved for this. I have credit cards with $20,000 limits, and I got approved with such a small amount that it doesn't even pay my mortgage. And that's really what happened. And I told them that you guys screwed something up. So I'm fixing all of that, and I'm going to explain what I did in a video that I'll be sharing, hopefully this coming week, because they told me it would take about 1 more week to finish everything. So that's good news. But that could help you too. It might not help you as much, but just to explain. So I recommend checking your emails. If you got a lower amount or you got turned down, ask for a reconsideration. And basically, there might be information there. Like I said, I got emails for people who did not get approved that I helped, because we use my email. The reason why we use my email is because of the simple fact that everybody doesn't have an email. And if you're well aware and you watch the other videos I had, it said don't send a paper application. Probably not going to get reviewed for 3 or 4 months, because they're going through all the electronic ones first. And actually, the SBA later stated, please don't send us a paper application. Even though that was the first option when the website was there, because it was always there. Okay, what I expect to happen after this is the $10,000 EIDL grant will be given to every applicant who asks for the $10,000. Keep in mind, it's not an automatic. You have to request that amount. It's at up to $10,000. You'll have a chance to actually change the amount or request more money. This is a speculation of mine, but I'm assuming that they're going to allow people, like, let's just say if you got $5,000, but you're like, hey, this is not really enough, and you took it, they might give you a chance to say, okay, I need more money, and you'll have a quicker approval on getting those other funds if you do need it. Some people who got turned down for criminal records would get approved, and I did say some people. Keep in mind, I'm speculating, but if you had some fraud or something associated with your current business, they're not going to approve you, I don't believe. And I'm just saying that because this is what I believe. If you had a problem that was a long time ago, had nothing to do with your current employment or business, more than likely they will probably approve you based on what Cory Booker was testimony. People with lower credit scores may even be able to get approved. So I believe they're going to lower the credit standards because a lot of people were complaining that their credit was better. And now that all of this has gone on, they had an income loss. And then by the time the SBA or the Treasury checked their credit became worse. So I think that's going to be a factor where they're going to look at credit less. And where that would be, I don't know. But that's what I'm speculating. The EIDL grant and loan will be available next week for all businesses. That is probably 100% going to happen. And also they're going to have faster processing times. That's why I'm speculating they're going to automate the first part of the application for the EIDL grant, which I don't see why they couldn't have did that in the first place. Automated underwriting, you fit this broad parameter, boom, you're getting the funds that you've requested. Well, it was 1,000 if you're single, up to 10,000, but it would be 10,000. And then after that, they can try to process your other part of your loan. So Pete Custis here, Small Business Resource Center. Smash a like button if this helped you. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Definitely subscribe if you want to see my video on how I renegotiated all the terms of my EIDL because they weren't fair or somebody made an error. You know, I tried to explain to them somebody had to make an error. I didn't want to say what I really wanted to say. And then basically I've been told that everything should be fixed. I got a verbal from 2 different times when I called. But okay, have a great day.